I moved out on my own at 18, so about 10 years ago. I cooked my first meal. I cooked grilled some shrimp. I think that's it. I think it's just grilled shrimp and vegetables. I try to cook at least maybe once every few weeks, maybe like once every 3 weeks, more than that. But I try to get one good meal in, a few times a month. First thing I do when I start cooking pork chops, I'll prepare the pork chops. I like to do a lot of Worcestershire sauce and other spices. First thing I like to do is you have to brown the meat. Make sure that you get all the juices going. Now you see how the Worcestershire sauce made a little bit of gravy as the meat's browning. Right when you see that, let it cook down a little bit more, and then that's when I initially add my water. Whenever the meat gets cooked and the gravy's going, that's when I like to add in all my vegetables. It's going to give it a little more water, and it's also going to allow the juices of the bell pepper and onions to soak into the meat as it's starting to cook. Also, it's going to give a real good flavor to your gravy. You have to stir the pot a lot and watch your gravy. That's kind of maybe the hardest thing to do when you're making this is just you have to keep your eye on the gravy, make sure it's not too watered down or too light. Corn is by far my favorite. I don't like to use cream corn. I like to use whole corn, and I add my own butter just to give it that little flavor. I also like green beans. The bacon adds so much flavor to the green beans. Garlic bread, garlic loaf, cut in half, and tomatoes work just as well, but have some leftover bell peppers. As you cook, the meat's gonna take. Pork chops don't take as long as maybe a roast would, but pork chops are a thin meat, so you don't have to cook them for that long. I would say an hour tops. This is the process of adding a few teaspoons of flour to a cup of water. And what this does is, as your final stages of making the gravy, if you see that the meat's cooked and everything is right, but maybe your gravy's a little too thin, you should add a little bit of flour water. It thickens up the gravy. I like a good scotch on the rocks. Tonight was a wine night. I chose to drink some good Merlot. Wine is definitely, more times than not, my drink of choice.